birthday soon, so yeah. I've been playing for a long time. Yeah, sorry that I'm plugging first, but more viewers on your side than mine already sadly know me way
There,
too well.
there's no rules.
Yeah, I've been playing professionally since 2009, which in my country is not that flashy. I mean, you don't need to win that much to be professional around here. Um, yeah, we struggled through the formats, and in 2017 I got backed and coached, and that changed my way of how I'm feeling about a game and my approach. I've been struggling at micros back then, low stakes to micros, and now I'm struggling low stakes to mid stakes. But I've been streaming coaching for the last 6 years, and yeah, Ryan seems like a cool guy. I've been introduced to him by the one and only Greaseball. So yeah, reached out, let's try to see what we can do. Yeah, I literally look like a nerd, so I'm a nerd about this stuff, and yeah, we're gonna try to help with some things that he can improve, and if he finds him interesting, I'm gonna try to open the Pandora box for some new things.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna make a database review, which we're gonna need a bit of information. So I've asked Ryan to get all of his hands for the last year, possibly. And yeah, we're gonna try to go over with the stats. We're gonna define the way he plays, what could he improve regarding to modern game. Not only micros, but I'm gonna try to find some targets for future improvement, like for example pre-flop misses, post-flop misses, and everything. So let's see if we can find something interesting. I'm gonna try to put it in context with examples. Hope you're gonna find it interesting. Let's see what you have.
Okay,
So
I'll just stop this tournament summary thing.
yeah, stop it. It doesn't matter. We're gonna need the view stats tab, which is top left. Yeah. So go view stats. Yeah. Um, right under your cursor. Yeah. On
Oh,
just on the
yeah.
left. Yeah. There. Then are we going to look over only GG hands, only stars hands? What do you think? How many hands do you have? Yeah, let's try to go to statistics so we can see what sample size we have.
Yeah,
Uh,
I went through a lot of trouble to get the poker stars, so I have like
hands. Yeah.
400,000 hands on poker stars.
Wow, 400,000. How many of them are like for the last year? Can you go to statistics when you see the results? Yeah, go to statistics. And then we're gonna wait a bit. And on the left there will be ways different reports that we're gonna go to overview. Yeah, let's see overview. Yeah, press on the overview summary, I think it was. Yeah, let's go to summary. And there should be by description, group by description, you need to open, I think, full ring. Just under summary, go full ring position. Yeah, it was there. Third from the bottom. Yeah. And then you you should filter by date, which is like 3 rows below full ring position. And let's go, yeah, go date. Yeah. And then this year. And we're gonna wait a bit so we can take a look how much hands do you have. If you have like 100,000 hands on stars, we even not gonna need GG because stars is better with. I mean, it shows other players, it shows bounties,
Yeah.
so It maybe won't matter.
Only 87,000.
87 is perfectly fine. So now here, what you can see is how you've played from every position. You have the number of hands, the VPAP, pre-flop raise, but we're gonna make it
This is
a lot
very.
more complicated. This is not complicated enough. So we're gonna make it a lot more complicated so I can take a look at different statistics. I can see from now some trends even from what you've shown me, but
Just the
we're gonna
stats and
yeah
stuff.
yeah. But we're gonna take a look more carefully. Now I'm gonna need you to press the right button and change configure report, yeah, and then we're gonna need to get. Let me find the message that I've sent you, so we can
I had
take a
it
look
up.
at. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I hope I didn't mess up any cameras or something, but
Hands,
uh,
VPIP. So I just those are already there.
raise
So
first
do I
in
just take
should
these
be that.
off?
Um, chips one for sure, equity adjusted for sure, BB one for sure. Yeah, until 3-bet you remove them. Yeah. Where is the thing I've sent you? I've sent you 2 screenshots, but where?
I have them up. I'm looking at them.
Okay. So raise first in, that's one of the most important. If you can go by uh yeah, BB per 100 also. So yeah, these need to stay. Yeah, I think these need to stay. I think. All in adjusted BB, you need to remove it. It's total the one on this one. Remove it. But you need to add per 100 hands, so you can see. I'm gonna try to explain. Should be /100. Yeah, and then add no, just the all in equity adjusted per 100. Yeah, this one. And if you want, you can go BB per 100 also, so you can see if you're running good or not. So the next one below, below adjusted. No, not the deviation. The other one. Yeah, this one. Deviation we don't need. Okay, and then let's go over the others. Why am I not seeing the screenshot on Discord? It's weird.
It was really small. You might just not. You might just miss it. It's there.
Okay. I'm gonna find it.
So for anyone out there who wants to, who has poker trackers, it's probably primo advice. Follow along.
Yeah, I found it. So the next one is going to be these woman so hope when to showdown. 3-bet preflop, but for 3-bet preflop, where are you? This one we need.
Just trying to
Leave
go.
it. It doesn't matter. Don't arrange them. It doesn't matter. At least for now. Yeah. For the 3-bet thing, you need to search for after, because it's like in the search bar you need to find it by after, because it's weird. I'm not going to try to explain. When there is the search WTSD, change it to after now. Yeah, these are fine now. These 3 are fine. We have them twice, but doesn't matter. But now in the search bar you need to type after. And there is this one, fold to PF. It was on top. Fold to PF 3-bet after raise. This one we need. The next one again, call. You should. Yeah, I think this is the second one. Call PF. Yeah, this one we need. And 4-bet after raising also we can. You can put it in the first one on top. 4-bet plus no. The top one. 4-bet plus this one. Then what we have, total aggression frequency. So these are in. That's good. What else do we have? Let's see. What else do we have? The limp call, limp fold, limp raise. So just type limp and let's see. Yeah, limp, preflop, limp, and limp call. All of these. And limp raise also. A raise versus previous limpers, that's gonna be also interesting.
This is good because there's
Limp,
way more limpers and all that on stars than there
yeah,
actually.
yeah. This for micros is kind of important, yeah. But it's mostly regarding the small blind play, so we'll see. What do we have? So let's put stall. It wasn't. Maybe it's there. I don't know. This stall thing. I don't know if it's that important at this point. But we need on the flop. We need steal success. Yeah, that was. By the way, with CC, it's magically appeared. Yeah, the last one. Yeah. You can basically put these flop, turn, and river success also. They are going to be useful also for some examples, and flop also. Yeah. Thank you. For post flop, let's put some. Can you search for floats? Float flop. This is going to be important. And then float turn river if you want. You can also put them. These are more specific, but call float turn. I mean, it's yeah, okay. It's not that important. You can put, by the way, float to flop fold and or flop to turn, but the folds I would like to see. So the bottom one is fold to turn float bet. In the middle you have fold to flop float bet again. In the middle, just yeah, and the next one also. And then in the search type, I think yeah. In the search, you can type also probe. And yeah, again, probe turn, probe river, and fold to probe turn and fold to probe river also. It is fold to river probe bet. I can see it in the bottom. Yeah, this one. And also find the turn pro. Yeah, this one also. Yeah.
Fold the turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to explain for the people what it means. I shouldn't have delay. Let's see.
No, there's no delay.
Yeah.
Why you have no delay? Do you
So
see cards in the air? What are you so worried
shit.
about?
I hope you can hear Ryan. By the way, for I haven't asked people in my stream, but I should be okay. So what else? We need to find some check raise flop, check raise turn or fold to turn c-bet. Can you try with c-bet also? Just type c-bet in the search and let's see what we're gonna have. So c-bet flop, c-bet turn. Yeah, these c-bet turn. Yeah, also and c-bet river if you can find it. It was on top of it. It was yeah, like 5. Yeah, this one. And then find folds. Scroll down to F because I think it's alphabetical. And yeah, fold. It's on top. Fold to flop c-bet. Fold to river c-bet. I can see 4 below. And 10 below or even more, it's turn c-bet because it's alphabetical. 4 more. No. It's an interesting one, but it's too detailed. Let's see. Fold to turn bet.
Fold
Yeah,
to
this one. Yeah, and let's try to start over, and let's see we can find some things. It should be loading now. First, the first indicator of your game. Ooh, we broke it.
I broke it.
I hope it's going to come back
It
because
usually does.
yeah, it's going to be pain in the ass to do it all over again on stream. Pro streamers confirmed.
There it goes.
Okay. Cool. We're good now. Okay. Oh wow, that's okay. Do you want the good news or do you want the bad news first?
Surprise me.
You're running godlike.
I'm running godlike. That's not good. That's not good news.
Usually that is that is like people with fucking selfish, and you're really don't understand because like in your mind you always remember the suckouts, and when you win the flip it's just normal. But oh no, I lied.
No.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, because
I
I
lied.
already looked at my graph. I was running below EV.
Yeah, I lied.
You're a fucking
But
liar.
your reaction was priceless.
I was like,
Okay,
I couldn't believe that because I already kind of knew going in. I had already kind of looked at my graph, so.
Okay. I lied.
Did you do that on
Okay.
purpose? Straight face and all like that?
No, I'm usually really like
You should go into
impossible to
Hollywood.
lie. But
You should quit poker and go into Hollywood if that was the case.
I went to US too many times. That's why I'm stuck now in the micros and then the low stakes. So not fun. I don't like US at all, and that's why it's good here from Canada. Yeah. In all seriousness, the first thing you would like to see is this all-in adjusted, and if it's 11, usually that means that you're playing lower than you should be playing.
So where are we
That
looking?
is the good news.
Adjusted?
Yeah, per 100. On the left, like left. I think it's the fifth column from the left.
Okay, so 11. So if I'm below that, I should be moving up. Or sorry, if I'm above that, I should be moving up.
Yeah, you should be moving up in stakes. From what I know, like even good players usually are winning like 6 big blinds per 100. 6 to 8. I think they're in the sweet spot. I mean, I'm gonna try to explain. For every 100 you play, you deserve to win 11.3 big blinds, increasing your stack. Now, how can we interpret this? If you're winning a lot of big blinds per 100 and you're not winning money, that usually means you have like some kind of a problem and some kind of a unoptimized game at late stage, because you're accumulating chips and stacks. But if you don't capitalize in money, that's should be what you need to work on first.
Right.
It's a good problem to have. Let's say it is a good problem to have. Now, the most basic stats from what we can see. Yeah, if you're ready, we can set it up. And the first one that we're trying to see is this raise first hand, raise first in. It is no, it's on top on the and on the left, there. So this shows from every position what is the percentage of the hands that you're opening when everyone folded to you. And from what I can see from micros, you're way too tight. So UTG, that's 8 max, you're playing 70%. Okay, there is a progression by positions, which is good. But from late position, I'm going to try to ask you a question. Have you ever seen the pre-flop charts in, I don't know, for example, GTOWizard or whatever? For example, I'm going like specific
I did like
ones.
Pre-flop Academy a bunch. I spent a lot of time on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I represent Academy also, so yeah, I know. So if you take a look there, you're gonna see, for example, if you open cutoff and try to look at the small blind range, you're gonna see a lot of hands that you and me are not playing, and you and me are not rebetting, right? There is, like, for example, small blind should three bet hands like Queen 8 suited against your cutoff open, or Jack 10 off, or King 10 off, or Ace 5 off sometimes, or whatever. On micros, do you think this is a trend, or people are just plotting like middling hands or something?
What was the question again? Are people not squeezing enough?
Are the people re-stealing enough, in your opinion, on
From
micros?
are people re-stealing enough?
Yeah. So when you open, do you often face three bets, and when you go to showdown after the three bet, do you see a lot of hands like Queen 8, Jack 10 suited,
Never.
9 8 suited?
Never.
I mean, it's not never, but
well,
it's
I mean,
not.
it's enough of
Yeah,
never.
it's not exactly. It's not close. So if you take a look at, if you try to study the ranges there, you're gonna see that, for example, standard cutoff open is more than 35%. And this is machine against machine, where the small blind machine is far more aggressive than the environment that you're playing in.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you overdo it, it's going to be more profitable than just being tight and staying in your like comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I would suggest, from what I'm seeing, from every position, try to expand your range, except from small blind, where I can see there you're opening 46%, but might be fine. It is what it is, and you can see by the numbers. You can see by the numbers of all-in adjusted, which is going to be your like lackmus of if you're doing well or not. So from the bottom is your bread and butter, right? I mean, it's nothing new, but you can see it here in numbers. You're winning 34 BB per 100 from the bottom, and with like going earlier and earlier, they're progressively lowering. Reason is you're playing less hands, and another reason is when you fold, you just give away the ante, and I mean, it's not noticeable, but in a long term makes the difference. So I would suggest at least trying to open more than 50% on micros from the button, and at least like 35% from cutoff. This is like easy solution. Just, I don't know, forget what you known.
What I think I know.
I can show you. I mean, yeah, just forget folding Queen 9 from the cutoff, for example. Just don't.
All right, I'm gonna go
Like
on a
most,
tear. 2025 is the year of the RFI.
should be. I mean, it should have been for me 2009, but I screwed up and I started 2018. So yeah. Again, where we don't have the three bet stats, by the way. Yeah, can you add the three bet? Three bet pre-flop. This is flop. PF. Can you try with PF three bet? Yeah, this one. Okay. And you need to. Yeah, that's enough. But
That's it.
I mean, it's going to be on the far right. If you press OK right now,
Oh,
it's going to be on the right. Yeah, so if you can go there.
yeah.
Yeah, fine. It is fine here. From what I'm seeing, because I saw some resteal stats, I think you're doing better there than opening. So you're three betting enough of a hands. So you don't have a problem with winning in general, but I think you can accumulate more. And always you should be going for the next for the next step. Like, I like your 3-bet percentages, except cutoff and button, which are really low. You're 3-betting cutoff 7 and button also 7. This is the squeeze, so I mean it's almost similar, but go on the left column and it's the 3-bet, the one to the left. And you can see 3.6, 4.3, and whatever. This is fine from early position. Maybe you can go a bit more, but from cutoff and button, when you have position, you should go 3-betting more. And I would suggest different strategies. In the early phase, I would suggest more 3-betting with hands that are playing better post flop. Because if I'm not mistaken, people in micros, they like to see a lot of flops, right?
Absolutely.
Pre-flop when you 3-bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it doesn't make a lot of sense in micros for you to open a chart and see, okay, I need to 3-bet cutoff against hijack with queen 8 or with king 6 suited.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy is not going to be folding king 10 off. But then again, you can transfer your 3-betting strategy to 3-bet a lot more higher hands. If I need to pinpoint some things to polish, I would rather 3-bet more in position than out of position, because if you can, if you put the mouse cursor a bit to the right, you can see from big blind and small blind, you're way too more aggressive than from the bottom, for example. From the big blind is 14%, and from the small blind is 13. By the way, I've never seen that because usually people are 3-betting more often from small blind.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the big blind, usually you can just call one big blind and you're going to see a flop, but
Mm-hmm.
your strategy difference should be, and it's proven by the other numbers. If you go 5 columns to the right, there is a 3-bet steal. Yeah, this one says that you're 3-betting from the big blind 20% of the times.
That's
which
insane,
is a
right?
really high number. It is a high number. And you need to check, like, in the long term. I would say using this tool in the long term will be a good thing for you to check which, if you make a change in your strategy, what is working, what is not. So if you have the time to like, I don't know if you're playing full time or close to full time and how much time you're spending, but if you, it makes a lot of sense, because if you're playing micros, that's not going to change your like lifestyle or like the amount of money you're going to win compared to what you need to spend per month, for example. But it makes change. It could make change if you spend a bit more time studying and you try to play, I don't know, 3 or 4 times higher the ABI that you're playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well, I only started like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago on swimming in the higher ABI player pool, right? So to adjust to what they're doing, what they're not doing, what I can get away with, and all that. So I'm not playing. My ABI here on the Stars database will be significantly lower than any GG hands. So it would be interesting to kind of compare or jump between only GG, because I am playing a lot of like 54s, sometimes 108s and all that have sold
Yeah,
action
I've
too.
met you in 151s. That was my first time I playing. And I'm gonna confess a sin, because obviously you have the streamer tag there.
Yeah.
I want a big hand against your opponent.
I remember you saying something
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
I
It was.
didn't really hear the story though.
I mean, it was a big 3-bet pot, and I had the nuts. I mean, you ran into it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, definitely it was big tournament for both of us. And you're upset. By the way, I'm totally like you. I'm trash talking a lot. Oh yeah. I mean, it's only part of the fun for me.
Yeah.
I'm trash talking a lot. I'm getting like angry at people when they beat me or whatever. So in that regard, we're the same. I'm trying not to do it when I'm trying to analyze things, but during the game, it's kind of makes me going for like 20 years. I don't want to be a robot. I cannot be like, just no. So I went to your stream and I saw, I mean, you cursed at me, of course. I would do the same. And you called me, you opened my profile and you say, look at the fucking
Trophy case.
trophy shelf or something. Yeah, trophy case. So yeah, that was the first time I made you, and like
That's
I
funny.
retrolled in my stream at the same time, so obviously it was
Well,
fun.
that's why most people on stream really want people to speak out when they're at the table or if they run into them, because I've said this before, I treat everyone like a robot, like they're no human. Like if I know I'm playing against someone in chat, I'm not gonna fucking talk smack. That's
I
why I
have
got
I'm asking every follower to say if it's playing with me because I'm gonna curse it. I'm gonna curse at him if he gets me somehow. At
well,
least
that's
when
a
I
little
have
different. That's a little different. Like you now have developed a rapport,
exactly,
and you can talk shit in jest with them basically. But
exactly.
people that come through then see you moan and act like a baby, almost like losing, because I want to win every single damn hand, every single hand. I don't care. And obviously as
Yeah.
poker players we know that's not ever possible, obviously, but that's just what I
Mhm.
try to do, and I curse at people all the time. But in my mind, I'm not like trying to put a face to the name unless you tell me that's you.
True.
So
I mean, it is only the internet. You're behind the like a wall and you don't see humans. You're not gonna curse at
exactly,
people on a poker table, right?
exactly.
But this
No,
is fucking my stream, my space. I'm gonna do
yeah, I can do
whatever I
whatever the
want.
fuck I want. People have warped
Exactly.
opinion on,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have an advantage over you, by the way. And it is that I'm cursing in Bulgarian. And there was like I think 2 times there a guy comes in the chat. Can you please tell me what
What
you
you
said in
said,
your
yeah.
own language?
Yeah, it's like, what do your tags mean? Fucking sit around for 5 seconds. I'm sure you can figure out what I either spoke in Bulgarian or what this color means.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cursing
It's
helps.
funny. Yeah.
Mamba had a question. He
So
was like, if we were opening Queen 9 from cutoff, when is it time to shove Queen 9 from that spot, if ever, in vanillas?
uh, I think if you have like 6 big blinds or something.
Now, is that because, like, in the micros, you can, are you, Mom, there's layers to that. Like, it's not such a black and white question. You're going to be asked what stage of the tournament, etc., all that. But Queen 9.
Um,
But are you suggesting that as you're shoving wider or tighter
oh,
when
for
it comes to
sure. I
that?
think shoving wider is better. I mean, just look at the Brazilians that we are cursing against.
Yeah.
Do you think they throw money? They don't. They're like my country and their country are not like rich enough to throw money on the table. They are all there for. They are playing for money, not for the fun of it. If they are doing it, there is some point about it.
I,
And I can prove it to you, by the way, with some examples. So whatever, we're gonna make it. Cool. So it's interesting how you respond against the stew, and I mean it should be looked up in the long term, but it's I like it. I mean, you are not only tight. Like usually people are away. Okay, sorry, my age. How old are you?
27. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm 20. I'm 25. Yeah, I know.
Um, what the fuck am I? What year is it? 2024? 43.
Yeah, okay, I'm a bit older, although I look like a lot older. But usually people my age and your age, they are used to be playing for a long time, and that shitty poker that was played 20 years ago. So the the fucked up thing about our generation is that we had the habits to be tight, wait for I don't know, orthodox spots like normal spots, and it's hard to evolve. I've seen that a lot in Vegas when I was there,
Mm-hmm.
because in Vegas, you know, it's like old people's game there,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen it all the time. So that's why I'm trying to deviate and trying to do. I mean, we can do it with examples, but I think if you shove, I don't think people are gonna call enough most of the times. I mean, of course, there's gonna be people who do, but yeah. So on the topic, if you go like 10 rows to the right, there is raise limpers to the right.
Oh, I love this. I love this. To the right.
The other way. Yeah, there. Exactly. Hey, the douche, how you doing, sir?
I'm actually surprised this is that low.
What are you surprised by?
That like this is I raise the limpers.
Yeah, you raise limpers.
I'm
I
shocked that
see
it's that low.
I see a problem there. Can you take a look at the numbers from different positions?
I'm raising the limper from later position.
I mean, there is almost no difference.
Oh, I see.
You're from +1, you're three betting, you're raising 13% of the times, and from button, you're isolating 14% of the times.
Yeah.
There is not a difference.
Okay.
So basically, almost the same hands. It means in the long term, you're comfortable isolating a certain amount of hands, and the position doesn't matter, which is a problem. Just because of like simple probability, you have less people behind, less better hands behind. So this should be graduating as the other ones. So that's
So we should be
what I
flatting
would.
the limpers because to keep the trash
Nope.
to the behind us.
No. I mean, there are some hands that you could over limp, but okay, imagine playing in a $50 and you have like 4 regulars behind.
Mm-hmm.
A middle position limp and you over limp.
Yeah.
And people not know that you're a decent player, you're not like the other guy who
Yeah.
limped already. How are they all going to perceive your range? Or if you
Capped.
were them, yeah. What are going to be the hands that they're going to put you on?
Low pockets,
Yeah.
middling straight cards.
Yeah.
Some
Suited ace,
broadways,
maybe here and
maybe,
there,
yeah.
but nothing special, right? And if they make it like 7 big blinds, what do you do?
I treat it like if I had opened. So that's how I proceed with that sometimes.
The only problem is you don't have the hands that you're opening usually, the top of the range there.
It's sometimes, but I do look to see if there's squeezers, high level squeezers to the left.
So you're making it over tricky.
I balance somewhat to the overlimp. But
do you think is a good idea?
Numbers don't lie. So if there's a number there that contradicts me, then
no, in general, I think if you're playing like, I think in a long term, there are some spots pre-flop that basically, if you're playing the certain way, your range is too easy to be like revealed by better players.
Sure.
For example, the other one is when you overcall a 3-bet. Like imagine someone opens middle, cutoff calls, and you're from the small blind, and you have 70 big blinds. Do you have a calling range there?
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. Okay, question. What do you do with tens?
To the overlimp?
No, there is a raise and a 3-bet from cutoff. So raise hijack, 3-bet cutoff, and you're from the small blind, you have tens. What do you do?
What depth are we?
70 big blinds.
70.
Yeah.
I think we muck it. I think at 60 we muck. Jacks,
Okay.
I think.
Do you? Yeah. What do you do with jacks?
We've talked about this a few times. Johnny can attest to this. We look at jacks a lot at like 70 to 100. I don't think you ever. I think you 4-bet. I think you can. I get mixed up now. I don't know if we can 4-bet folds if the original raiser jams or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any cold calling at all at those depths.
It shouldn't have. That was my point. It shouldn't have any calls.
Yeah.
You just 4-bet or fold.
Yeah.
Like whatever. I don't think they're gonna be all in for 70, but you either 4-bet or or fold. And the reason is if you just call, like most of the people there, they have like nines to queens, ace, queen, king, queen, and some of these hands. And it's even just people able to understand what exactly is your range and when a certain board comes and they can get away from sets or whatever, it's just already a bad play. So I would say over limping because I can see you have limp behind. There is also I think a limp behind. Um, there was limp behind spots somewhere. Whatever. The idea of you limping, especially with good players behind, is not gonna be profitable because some of these, yeah, should be limp with previous limpers. Yeah, this one. But why do I think we put it in? I don't know. Okay, put it in. So basically, the idea of having such transparent, yeah, okay, here, such transparent range is not good enough. And some of these hands against, especially people with higher VPIP, there is no point of view over limping Jack 9. You just profitably raise it in position, for example, or like fives or whatever.
Okay, I feel like I now, yeah, I think versus the limps, I've played similar strat for the whole year. Now there's things that I've learned since then. But so what are we saying here? So
No, it's on the left, yeah, here. So you're having like 7, 8, 5, 9% of limb behind.
yeah,
I would suggest, and you can see it's gradually increasing. So basically, I would suggest most of these hands that you're limping behind, just put it in the raised limpers strategy.
okay. So when I
Try to
so what are we saying? This is like, is this too high of a percentage? Am I raising the limpers too
too
much?
low,
Too
too
low.
low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird to me because I
For
feel
example, yeah. For
I feel
example,
like
in my
I'm
button,
yeah, I feel like I'm doing it. I feel like I'm more than what it's actually saying, but
I
okay.
know my raise limpers from button is about 27%. There
Really?
is kind of a simple, yeah, there is kind of a simple rule that you can follow. So basically, I mean, it's not universal because I mean there will be limpers with like 20 VPIP and limpers with like 70 VPIP should be treated different. But in basically I'm trying to gravitate, for example, from cutoff. I would isolate almost all the hands that I'm opening from hijack if it was raise first situation. So that's gonna be, I don't know, like 20%, 20 something. Of course, there's gonna be bad ones that you can skip, but the idea is, I think, in micros, like if you're playing 8, 10, 15 ABI, this should be a higher percentage.
All right. So I guess the next question is, what are we raising? What sizes are we typically using as a baseline?
Yeah, that's a good question. I know, like there are different approaches, but I will try to, I don't know, just make a research on your own. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna tell you what what I've seen on the tables. For example, if we are 50 deep, I'm not isolating less than 4.5
Mm-hmm.
big blinds.
Mm-hmm.
If we are 60, I'm gonna go even more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna give you an example. Especially agro players, they are trying to use the old strategy from like 20 years ago when there are total fishes on the tables. So they sometimes are using sizings like 3.5 big blinds.
Mm-hmm.
From my experience, three betting against this sizing is so I got called more often by the limper compared to the guy who raised. And I'm gonna stop at this. A lot of agro players they are just putting a bit more money so you don't overcall your, like if you're not paying attention you just fold because it's like 3.5 and you have, I don't know, king 7 off and you just fold, or king 10 off and you just fold, and they're playing in position against these weaker players with hands like like nothing. And on the other hand around, same players, when they use like a really big size, usually you should be really careful there with what are you playing against. Like I'm not gonna play marginal hands. So gradually you should decline in sizing, but that depends on what is the stack of the opponent who limped. Basically, that's how I'm approaching. And still, you're gonna see that if you're using these, like I don't know, 5-6 big blind sizes, there's not gonna be a lot of folding either way. But at least we are trying to.
I think it almost induces the fish to call even more to the large sizing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Rarely you see fold from the limper.
Yeah.
These people usually didn't came to fold. I mean, when there's, I mean, yeah, it is. It is. Exactly. So now let's go to the post flops. I mean, okay, let's see just from the small blind. I'm gonna try to make you do something that's it's not really comfortable, but can you go to more filters? So on the left hand side, outside of the table, there is bottom more filters. Yeah, this one. Go to action and opportunities. Try to pre-flop. Pre-flop opportunities, I think. Yeah. Opportunity to open the pot. Second to the top. Yeah, this one, target. And then add to filter. And then save and apply filter. No, up right. Yeah, this one. Now, this is going to make the situation just everyone folded to you. And you can see, obviously, we're going to make more money when we are first to play. What I want to see is how you're playing from the small blind. And if you go on the second row, second column, VPIP, PFR, top left. Yeah. But just small blind. So this is the bottom row. Can you go to the bottom row? No.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there. Exactly. So you're playing only 73% of the hands when everyone folded to you from the small blind. This number in micros or like low stakes should be 10% more. So some of the hands that you're
I did just start flat limping Jack 5. I was like blanket folding that at a lot of bets.
Yeah.
So as of like a few months ago, I have changed that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really bad in all means, but a thing to improve. And there is also one more thing that I'm gonna say here. In theory, if you're playing 100 big blinds, in theory, if you're playing against good player, there is almost close to zero opening range.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing is when you're covered for bounty in a bounty tournament, and if you're playing more than like 35 big blinds, zero raising range. Like every hand you play, you just limp and then decide if you're gonna limp raise, limp call, limp whatever. Okay. This is like big asterisks because this should be done only against players who think you think are aggressive or regulars.
Okay.
Otherwise, it might be a flawed strategy because like bad players are not isolating enough.
Right. I understand.
Yeah. So yeah, can we remove the filter? Go more filters again and just clear filters. Gonna be fine. Okay, we're gonna be back to normal. Now I'm gonna try to explain these one when so flop WSD and WTSD stats. Can you see them in the middle? Yeah, you just look at the totals, not by position, because it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so if you go over them, this 43 this is when to showdown. how often when you see a flop, you're seeing a showdown, which is 43. The other one, WSD, is how often when you see a showdown, you win the hand, which is a high number. And I think it's good. And the WWSF is how often when you see a flop, you win the hand, which is 45.5. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen people playing low stakes with like winning only 42% of the times, but it's not high enough. This is basically a projection of your post-flop aggression. All these numbers connected, they can show what kind of style you're playing. And I'm going to try to explain. It's not super easy, but I mean, bear with me. Usually people with high one wins or flop, this one, they're aggressive. Because people with high number here usually are bluffing a lot and don't let the other people see a showdown. That's how they're winning. And you can confirm it if, for example, they're winning at showdown less than 50%. That means when they play aggressively, they're going to get caught sometimes with bluffing and whatever. I think you're well balanced, but I'm afraid when you decide to go play more hands pre-flop, this number is gonna go a bit lower also. So we need to improve the post-flop aggression in general. For this, I'm speaking like I'm a coach here, but yeah, no, sorry, that was not appropriate. You need to
No,
improve your aggression in
no,
general, so you can,
no, I
yeah.
understand. I get it. No, I have these flashes where I think that I am like aggressive, and then I might only tighten up like final 3-4
Mm-hmm.
tables. But Johnny, I was doing like a little trial with the hypers, the $3 and $10 battle royales, and
Mm-hmm.
I the launch poker tracker, so I was only just monitoring those hands, and I was like, Johnny, seeing this graph, what would your takeaway be on improving at these hypers? And he was like, improve your what is it, the blue line? So you want to win more chips without that showdown, right? So that's the
It's the red line, but yeah, I
red line,
understand.
right?
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, jam more, like basically. So that's a similar idea, a bit maybe.
Yeah, I'm smiling because I've been there also the same. My red line is still digging down, but that's what I'm working for. Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, whiskey. Yeah, he used to be. He got banned several channels. Not from me though, but a lot of people didn't really care for his taste
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Speaking of being a nit, he's a little bit of a aggro chatter.
Yeah.
So what he
I
makes
reach
up,
other. Yeah.
I think he's projecting his poker play into chat form.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you a stats that really clearly is going to tell you uh, about the post-flop progression. Can you go like 10 to the right? There is a float F stats. Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, there. This one. For this software, uh, float bet means if you are called pre-flop in position, for example, hijack against button, and you're from the button, and the guy skipped to c-bet, in Bulgarian came up a bit. If the guy skipped his c-bet and you're having the option to bet, you're doing it only 30% of the times.
Okay, so what was the example? I'm hijack and button.
No, your button
I'm button.
hijack open. You called, and he didn't c-bet on the flop.
Okay.
He just checked the flop instead of
So is
c-betting.
his delay is it where's the delay c-bet, or
No.
what's my response when he
That's
checks?
yeah. When he checks, you're betting only 30% of the times.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, I say this often, like, and I see it in just population at every stake. When when as the RFI and you check, like, you can almost guarantee that they're betting.
It's not
It,
true.
they're not.
It is not true. No. I mean, from the studies I've done, the lower in binds you go, the less people are betting. They're just waiting to see their fucking flush draws, or they have like middle pair, they don't bet it. I mean, mine is not way over yours, but this is the
All right,
situation.
so
Uh,
you want us to stab more.
yeah.
I can do that.
And I'm gonna try to tell you why. Even in theory, sometimes the number should be low on some boards. But you tell me, how often do you see in like lower binds and more like
A check
from
call, a check call. How often do I see it?
a check raise, for example?
Or definitely not a check raise. No.
I mean, there are some, and there will be people for that can do it instinctively, but it's not. And the question was more like, for example, this is the spot. Your button hijack open flop comes, I don't know, 9-7-5 for it. How often have you seen people checking, for example, aces? Like go through the whole hand and he checked on the flop aces.
Yeah, never. That's a really big exploit that
Yeah.
I notice. Yeah,
Yeah. I
people are
think
just very
even in
face up in those spots.
exactly. And that's why even the theory might be close to 30%, a bit more. You should overdo it in the long term. Like every hand that there is like no showdown value, but some kind of a equity, you might try to do it. It's going to be painful. You're going to lose a lot of hands trying to do it. But I
Johnny,
can yeah.
you finish. Go ahead. You can promise.
Yeah, but I can promise you in the long term, it's going to be better.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be only financially. Like you getting used to playing more aggressively, you're going to feel free to do it in bigger spots, higher buy-ins,
Yeah.
etc.
No, that's why I wanted to start selling action to explore the different player pools. Johnny had a question for you. What's a good target float F stat?
I would say 40. I would say 40, especially lower buy-ins, at least 40. Now, okay, this stats is a bit diluted because there are multi-way spots here and it's different. But I can promise you, looking at the whole style of his play, of Ryan's play, he can do it more. So
I
yeah.
can do it more.
Okay. Go a bit to the right, please. Yeah. Where okay, you went too far, but we can see it. So I think the column we're looking for right now is in the middle. Fold to float to F float. So left, yeah, this one. Can you see the number there?
Fold to flop bet percentage.
Mhm.
So I'm not floating enough on C
No,
bets.
no. This is a stats, which basically it's reverse stats. This one. So right now you're hijack. Someone bet, you check the flop, someone bet into you. Look at the percentage that you're folding.
100%,
No. But yeah, 50%.
50%.
Do you think this is a high number or low number?
All right, what's
On the bottom, on the with the bold fonts
right?
in general, yeah, this one, 50. Do you think it's a high number or a low number?
Oh, so I'm folding. It's a reverse stat. So I'm folding to.
You check fold basically. You instead of c betting, you check folding 50% of the times.
Oh, I'm check folding. That's a really high number then.
Yeah, it is insanely high number.
Yeah. Yeah.
The idea is most of the people who are struggling going out of micros and playing like regularly they're gonna have like most of them they're gonna have like similar percentages as yours. And if you go over the math, how often your bluff should be working to be profitable, you need a lot less than 50%. a lot less to be profitable. You do it like the same, at least on the turn you're aggressive, by the way. Now, if you take a look at the float T,
Mm-hmm.
which is 60.4%, that means this is the spot. Now I'm going to try to put it in perspective. So he raised from hijack, you called pre-flop. He made a c-bet, you called. And when he checks on the turn, instead of c-betting the turn, you're betting 60.4% of the time. So that's where you're dropping the hammer, which is at least good. I mean, you're not checking back to see hey,
Yeah,
this is
I
really
feel
aggressive.
that. I feel that. So my
Yeah.
delay, I have a high delay C bet then.
Yeah, at least it means you're not giving up the hands with the intention to bluff on later streets, which is good.
Yeah.
But you should do it more on the flop also.
Okay. I did notice that because I watched a lot. I watched a lot of Aberon this year, and then I noticed like when we see flops, when players see flops, they're not checking like ever. Like you're just rarely checking. So that's
It
the one
should
thing
it
I
should be a
noticed. Like
lot
a
of
lot of double
yeah.
barrels, at least, right? And then you got to make the decision whether or not you're
Yeah.
gonna rep it or induce on the river or give up.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you go to the right, I mean, at least on the turn you're not folding. Like it's interesting because on the flop and turn you're folding the same percentage, and on the river as an aggressor. I mean, so at least you're floating. You're folding a lot to these bets on the flop, but then on the turn and river, at least you're not folding more. Most of the people are folding more because usually there is a line that they are firing once. And if the c-bet on the flop is not successful, they okay, I tried, it's not gonna work. And that's why Brazilians are not folding, for example, on the flop with like super weird hands. Because they expect people to give up way more often on the turn and river,
Yeah.
and they're trying to exploit it.
Yeah. For sure. I see that.
Yeah. Okay. So again, on the right there is the next portion which is similar, but yeah, this probe turn, probe river, can you see it in the middle? Just yeah, there. Left, just a bit to the left. Yeah, there. Oop. Yeah, these four. I'm gonna try to explain the situation here.
Probe turn,
Brazil
probe
doesn't
river.
fall shit. Yeah, they are doing right, by the way. So this is the spot. Probe bet in this software is the spot when you call the preflop raised against an aggressor, but you're out of position. The same situation, but you're out of position. So basically, big blind, small blind.
Are these donk bets?
No. This is pro bet against missed c bet. So the situation is, for example, cutoff opens, you call from the big blind, and instead of him betting the flop, he checks, and then it's your turn. And this probe turn, probe river are these situation. In this situation, you're way too aggressive, and it's a good thing. I guess this is going to win you a lot of hands. So on the turn, when they miss to c-bet, you're betting 50% of the times. You're betting even more often than me by a mile. I think I'm like 35 there. I need to work a lot more on it. I'm trying to check raise turns sometimes instead of betting, but this is actually, I think, your biggest weapon so far from I've seen from the stats. And on the river, I'm gonna try to explain again the situation. Pro bet river is he opened pre-flop, made a c-bet, you called, but instead of betting on the turn, he checks. And then it's your turn from the big blind on the river. You're betting 67% of the times. And I guess you're doing it like instinctively because why the fuck are they not continuing with their strong hands on the turn? You should do this more in different situations. Like this is a good thing, and this number is really exploitatively great. And that's what I said when your winning percentage seeing a flop is high, and that's usually means that's where you're pushing. So I like it. But then as aggressor, if you go to the right, This is the c-bet flop, c-bet turn, c-bet river. C-bet flop is way too low. This number in micros
Yeah.
or low stakes should be like 70% of the times, especially in position. Okay, can we go? I'm gonna try to make an example. Go to more filters again. We're gonna try to make a more complicated one. Go to action and opportunities. Flop.
Flop
Flop
bets.
opportunities. No, flop opportunities. C-bet continuation bet opportunity. Yeah, that was, yeah. No, you need to scroll up.
No.
Yeah, there. Add to filter. Then go to, no. Go again, add filter. Go to hand details on the left. Yeah. Number of players, it's the fourth one. Yeah. Then player seeing flop, put it maximum 2 players. So between 2 and 2. Yeah. Then no, you need to press this and then add to filter. And then again, one more time, add filter. Hand details again, player position. The fifth one, yeah. Flop. And in position, you mark it so it's both. Okay, add to filter. Now it's going to show all the hands, save and apply. It's going to show all the hands that you were able to see bet in position. And let's see how often you do it. 66% of the times. It's in the middle. Yeah, this one. You see, by the way, how this stats one when so flop drastically increased. So you're winning a lot more hands than normal just because you're obviously a pre-flop aggressor. So in a spot where you win a lot, even with a play like yours, you should be more aggressive. This should be close to 80% of the times because this is heads up, post flop, and you're in position. And usually you're going to be with a stronger range because 90% of the times you're going to face big blind. This should be worked a lot on. 20% is no joke, and it's not gonna be easy to increase it. Like, especially if you try to open a lot more hands from cutoff button and whatever. Like for example, look at the third hand. Can you open the third hand? Right now, go down. There is the 10 deuce from the bottom, the third hand. Can you open the replay? Just click it twice. I think it's going to. Yeah, replay hand. These hands you need to start c-betting. I don't care if on theory this is not a c-bet against the big blind, but I'm gonna be betting here.
Middle pairs.
There is no point of. I mean, whatever. It is the board that you're playing, not the hand.
Yeah, I think I flip a coin in my head whether or not I bet turns. It's usually something that I pick up or I think that's a thing, but yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
it's never a like 100%. I'm always checking middle pair stuff like that. Like it's in the
I
moment.
would say it's going to play a lot easier if you bet it on your own.
Yeah, I think I don't think I often, but the numbers are indicating that I check a lot here. But I feel like I see bet a lot button big blind defend. But are we saying I don't?
No, you don't. And it's not even close.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, look at like, okay, close. Whatever. I mean, doesn't matter the result.
Yep. Sure.
10 deuce is an open. In micros, for sure, it's going to be an open. I had a remark that it's not an open.
10 deuce is not an open. I love people coming and just being like,
no.
so,
In theory, he's correct. By the way,
so
in theory, it's not an open, but you don't care. But go to 9-6. Like there is the 6 hand from the bottom. Again, these are only bottom, by the way. 9-6 of diamonds. you don't care about GTO charts, by the way. Just go through this hand. Yeah, okay,
Can
it's
we tell what
even
tournament this is? Because if I'm, it depends.
okay. You go to options. No, I think hand history. Yeah, on top of it there was view hand details. And no. It's going to be. I haven't used this for a long time. Go to hand history text on top of it. From the window behind there is hand history. Yeah, this. Yeah, exactly. So it's a $5 bounty tournament.
Oh yeah. So usually I
Yeah,
open if
there
I'm
is.
gonna cover everybody, but I guess I open
I
because
don't know.
but
It's a perfectly fine open. You don't give
I don't give a fuck.
9-6 is way. I mean, yeah, you have a Brazilian. You don't give a fuck. Just I mean, you still can bet this one. Okay, it's against the small blind, but you can still bet it because what if he fires like a really big right now?
Yeah, no.
You can call a
I almost
raise.
feel like I remember this hand because I think my thinking a lot of the times is identifying what their range is, which is a lot more suited broadways
Mhm.
than maybe mine from the small
Okay,
blind.
I'm gonna be the bad guy and I'm gonna say he has a lot of ace, deuce, ace three, ace
Yeah,
five, ace six, ace seven, and he has like deuces, threes,
yeah,
five,
more so
sixes,
those.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't know if there. I mean, I cannot visualize right now if there are more, but there are some that he's not. He's gonna be out of folding. This
Yeah,
is against small blind. It's gonna be fine, but in a long term, most of the hands that's like I would suggest in a long term, try to start studying type of boards because I think in situations when you can say it's a range bets situation, you're just not gonna give a fuck. Can you go, for example, from like I don't know earlier position from I don't know +1, mark the position on top of it, like on the topper on the upper chart. Just right now we're on button. Just tag the UTG +1 roll.
how do I tag?
So
How do I do that?
on the fourth, mark the fourth row on the top one. Can you see now the button is blue on top of it?
Uh,
Where is the cursor? Because I cannot see. Okay, go up. Yeah, and here, mark the fourth row from below. +1.
Mark.
UTG +1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I see what it's doing. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's going to show only hands from earlier position. Okay,
Right.
like look at the first hand or the second hand, for example.
Uh-huh.
These are not checks. What is the reason behind you checking on a ace
Under
king
the gun
10?
versus what is it? Big blind?
I mean, even if it's small blind, doesn't matter.
They're not checks. I don't know. I was looking at we were doing some spots in GTOWiz and whatnot. Um, of course I'm misapplying it, right? But the
Mhm.
idea was that like like what is it? Just some really strong ace x hands that there were some checks at certain depths.
Mm.
So I was more or less playing around with
Okay.
that idea.
I'm gonna make it even easier. Go to more filters. Go to more filters again. No, on the left hand side where we pick position, and go to add filter, action and opportunities on the left bottom, flop, flop, and check flop. Press check flop, add to filter. What we do with this one, save and apply, we're gonna show only the hands that you were in position, had the opportunity to see bet, but you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna see, like, if you see a high board from middle position, for example, on a ace king queen, on our ace king 10, you don't have a check. Like your whole range is checking, is betting. Did you change the positions?
Middle,
You went to
just middle
MP. It doesn't
position.
matter. doesn't matter. I mean, there are gonna be again ace queen in the middle. There is ace queen deuce in the middle board. Yeah, there. Ace seven of clubs on ace queen deuce, for example. Two rows on top of it. Yeah, and this one also, yeah. What is the reason behind checking here? You're not gonna trap anyone.
And
It's
I mean,
far more
I've got crazy equity, and I wanna build pots at these depths a little bit.
exactly. I mean, even with there is no stack depth that you want to check it. And guy could have give you more, or he could have folded turn. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter the results. I
I
like
get. I understand. I don't know when the dates were on these, but if you could maybe
these
see.
are new. These
Yeah,
are new.
yeah. So
September or
that's
whatever.
why I'm saying. Like I started having this in my mind, or I saw a couple
Mhm.
spots where, more so like under the gun versus the big blind defend. But then I just merge it into other scenarios,
Yeah,
which shouldn't
yeah.
apply now.
This
But
exactly.
yeah, all right.
This
No,
is way too hard to do. I mean, you study a situation, and then you apply it to a situation that is not exactly the same. So
yeah, no,
yeah,
yeah.
but
I understand the takeaway here,
mm,
and um, this year I've tried to yes, just c bet that flop like a motherfucker. Um,
you should do it even a lot more. Like for example, with that hand that you showed me, the ace queen hand. I don't know what it is, but when you show me the ace queen hand, if you're playing against it, I'm gonna give you my point of view. You tell me if it makes sense. So, in my opinion, a guy who I see, and if I have like I don't know 300 hands about him, or I open in GG and I can see he won like I don't know 100K or something. These are like initial informations of like player profiling all the time. If I see this board and you check, I would underbluff as fuck. So your strategy of you waiting here for him to put chips in against me is not going to work because I mean, if you have like 8-9, why don't you bet and make me fold my, I don't know, queen 7 or something? Why not?
mhm.
There is no, in my mind, you're always going to check like either really strong, like really, really strong one, or either a hand that you don't want to inflate the pot, but you're not going to fold it. So your strategy here is like it's not gonna work. And you see, he bets small king 10. He doesn't
Yeah,
need to bet it big
yeah.
be- because he basically puts you either on a weak ace or like. And why he's not check raising, I don't understand. But people are bad.
Well, I'm worse than him when I'm checking these boards.
I would suggest in the long term, if you're using some kind of like I don't know tool to study, try to find boards that basically are close to zero checks. For me, in my mind, playing against a known opponent, if I see in theory a board that it's like 80% bet,
Johnny
I'm
really
betting
likes
every.
setting these up. Johnny really likes setting up these quizzes. So if he's still sticking around, Johnny, set up
Yeah.
the quizzes. No check texture. No check
Yeah.
textures.
I mean, from early position, when you see a ace or a king, there is no almost checking. But my mind is on even on like worse boards for you. For example, on the like what is this check with ace jack in the middle again on jack 5 deuce? So 10 hands below. 5 hands below. This one. That's open this one. And it's a bounty and you need to fucking stuck him. I mean, might be a sit out sometimes, but this should be a big size bet.
Yeah, it's just the whole idea again. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the whole idea of me checking. So,
Mhm.
with the versus the big blind defend, checking some really nutted hands.
It's not
So,
nutted. You can go in trouble in this one. I mean, a spade and
sure,
you have
sure.
four.
Sure, which I mean,
all your own. Yeah,
sure. No, I mean not maybe not nutted hands, but hands that I strike decently on.
yeah.
Um,
My point is, uh, from what I've seen, I mean, you could get a lot more here, right? And he can still have a bluff, and you can win more because he can, for example, check raise 6-4 on the flop,
mhm,
and you could get more stream,
mhm. Yeah, I guess some of the idea is
more
like
chips.
pot
Yeah.
controlling like a decent hand, but no,
No, no, no.
I quizzes meaning drills. Yeah, those.
Yeah, drills. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the takeaway, and I understand
Hmm.
now
So I
explaining and
think
seeing all
in
these percentages that yeah, I'm
hmm,
gonna go gung ho on C bets
it's
and
better.
everything for
I
sure.
mean, try to do what you think your players you're struggling against you are doing on your stakes. I mean, the first best option is to like lower the number of days you're playing, increase the numbers of days you're studying, and go with like new base knowledge. Okay, but it's not fun. I know
Oh,
this
and I
shit's
just
not fun.
it's just that for the last 3 months I've been out of commission a lot, so I've been doing zero studying and zero playing. So it's not a good combo.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
But I don't really do
Uh,
studying too often outside of running drills with Johnny and Kiwi the odd
mhm.
times. So I mean, I have full access to GTOWizard, and I don't utilize it.
Yeah,
So it's
and we are all guilty of it. I mean, you have Academy, everything. Academy has AI, post flop, and everything. But I know it's not fun. It's different. I know, but I mean, the fucking game is getting tougher. It's year by year. It's getting tougher because there is like a lot more information out there.
mhm.
So in
Who wants to
when
stay
I'm
ahead of the curve?
exactly. I when I get a new student coming to me for coaching, I basically first thing I want to ask him, what do you want from the game?
I want to
Like
make
if you're
$1,000 a
okay,
month playing an $8 ABI.
it's far from impossible. It's really possible.
That's what I'm
But
doing right now. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 years.
yeah, it is possible, but shouldn't be your goal. But the idea is because I have like people playing after work and whatever, but I'm trying to ask, are you okay with like losing often and not winning? Then you play for fun. And sadly, I mean, in every fucking game, it's like this. Chess is going crazy right now. People are using solvers there all the way to improve. And yeah, so it is what it is. But for me, that's my approach. It's fucking not funny to get beaten, and that's why I'm putting the hours in.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, no taken. Can we go to out of position? So let's go to more filters again. I would like to see the out of position information. So remove with X the checked flop, please. No. The last one, yeah. And remove the relative position. Yeah, this one. Remove it. Go again to add filter. Hand details. Player position. Yeah, there. Flop. But this time we're gonna choose out of position. Yeah, and then add to filter, and then save and apply. And we're gonna see how often you're doing it out of position, which is 60% again. So this is, I mean, it's basically a leak of you not knowing the theory in the spot. So you basically your percentage is the same, and it should be the other way around. Like in position, you should go maybe 80. Out of position, you should go lower, just because you cannot control the pot when you're out of position. You can get raised. You're not last to act. You cannot bluff easier. You have less information in general.
Right,
So
what am I
yeah,
doing, not doing? I'm out of position. The
you are
scenario
over
is
betting,
I'm
which is not. Yeah, you're betting more often than it should be in theory. Which, in hindsight, it's not a problem. But if you're facing tougher opponents, it's going to be more of a problem. Yeah, you see, in position with the same percentage of c-bet, close to 60%, you are winning 67% of the hands. And now you're winning 61, which it may not look like a big number, but it is actually.
So what should I be?
You should, in theory, lower your percentage of c-betting when you're out of position and increase it massively
In position.
in position. Yeah. I like the second hand. A guy from my chat says that the second hand is interesting. The Jack 9 on 9-4, whatever. Can you show me the size that you took on the turn? You raise, he calls, everyone folds. I like the check. We should be checking close to.
Check our worst nines.
I'm,
Is that the idea?
I'm not only worse nines, we should check a lot here. For example, I'm checking aces here to check raise, for example. Aces, kings, you can check raise a hand like ace deuce of diamonds, ace deuce of spades, for example. It's an interesting one that you can check raise. I like the sizing here. Usually people are auto folding. This is a really good spot for bluffing, by the way.
They clicked
I
me.
think
I
he just
remember
got
this. He
lucky.
clicked me.
Yeah, I think he just got lucky and hit ace deuce or 5-4 or 2-5s. And yeah, I think easy fold on the river. Like the way you play it.
I do
I like
remember
the way
that.
you
What
play
game
it.
was that?
$15 bounty.
1650 stars. Yeah.
Yeah, this is from
It's not long ago.
a month ago. Yeah. No, from 3rd of December, so a week ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What should our
I
Wedgie had
I
a
wouldn't.
question? What
Yeah.
should our c-bet out of position target be then? It said
Uh,
reverse. So the c-bet
lower binds. Yeah, lower binds. I would say 55, 60 is fine. In theory, should be under 50, but I would stick to your strategy out of position. It's working well. It's going to work well in lower binds. But this, by the way, this is filtered only with 2 players on the flop, so it's easier. When you have 3-4, it's going to lower naturally, of course. But in position, I think this is going to be the first thing you need to address, actually. So first easy ones are going to be c-bet in position flop and opening more from cutoff and bottom.
Every position.
Yeah, but especially later positions for sure. Just if you can take a look, for example, where is the cursor? Go to the right, like 10 columns. Yeah, there. Exactly. This c-bet flop success. Can you see it? On the right.
c-bet flop success.
This is the river. So this is so your c-bets are working 30% of the times. Basically, working for this software means they folding.
They fold, yeah.
If we can we switch to go to filters? And let's switch back again to in position. So remove the last one and remove it. Go add filter, hand details, player position, flop, in position. The first one. Exactly. Add to filter. No. Add to filter and save and apply. And now let's see the same number. It's going to be at least 10% more. At least 42.
Where is it?
On the right.
c-bet
Flop success 42. That actually mean the number says it all. You don't need to check your bluffs basically, or like whatever. It's not gonna be bad to win the hand with like bottom pair on a really good board for you. For example, if you have this let's see, the seventh hand, the ace king hand. Ace, this one on a queen 7-6. Yeah, this one. This one. If you have a6, what is the problem to win it here? It's not gonna get easier. There is basically no good card for you if you have a6 here. Just fucking bet a6. Or nines for that matter. If you have nines, okay, you can get check. This is a major question. Do you feel on your stakes that you're checked raise as a bluff a lot?
No.
I'm gonna try to visualize it. What are going to be your bluffs from the big blind
4,
on this board?
5, 9,
Yeah,
8,
okay.
diamonds,
9-8. Okay.
6s, 7s, but bluffs.
No, bluffs.
Oh.
Bluffs.
All diamonds or just nutted or non-nutted? Does it matter?
It matters a lot, by the way.
But I mean, at the micros. But what you're asking me, what they're gonna check raise with? People.
I mean,
check...
no. I mean, think.
Me?
Yeah, you, because you're a decent player at these stakes. You're a major winner at these stakes. The numbers showed it. You're winning 11. My lifetime win per BB per 100 is 6. Yours is 11 for this year.
Champion of the world, $8, $3 ABI professional.
I've played $8 also. So yeah.
Yeah, I always have an issue at my only check raising nutted diamonds.
Which is fine.
Or if I have like 9, 10 of diamonds, I can check raise,
which
check
is
call,
fine.
check call, like my what diamond? I mean, I defend pure
Jack 3, for example.
Jack 3 of diamonds, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then I'm trying to figure out my donk leads. So, am I ever donk leading shit flushes?
On the turn, if it comes ace of diamonds, you might donk small size, because like ace of diamonds limits the guy in position to a lot less flushes than you. But these are like really rare occasions. My main question is, do you have like the idea to check raise a hand like king 4 of spades, for example?
I have when I review hands, I'm like, how the fuck did he get there? And I was like, yeah, no, I understand, because every turn card is fucking baller, right? Like,
I mean,
5,
there are a lot of
8,
cards that
3,
can improve
spade,
king 4, yeah.
King
8, I don't know, ace 5 of spades,
I
ace
know,
5, 1
I know
diamond.
that's cool, but I don't know if I'm doing enough of that.
Exactly. And do you think the people against you are doing it?
Not the stakes I'm playing at. Like,
I mean, there's gonna be a
high frequency, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying this on this, that I have to be floating a lot with ace king on check raises on this texture?
I'm not necessarily telling
like,
this.
I unblock
I'm
all the diamonds,
more like,
I block everything, right?
No. I mainly say that if you have a hand that you're afraid that you're going to get check raised by, or with, it's not such a thing in the lower binds. Because I mean, you don't, for example, if you have nines, it sucks to get check raise here, right? You're blocking 9-8, you're blocking 9-5, you're blocking whatever. But do people do this enough? I mean, you can maybe call once if you see an 8 or whatever, you can see a turn, but then you can fold. The idea is, for example, on this board, have you ever seen someone check raise 6-4 of clubs on the flop as a bluff?
Can't say I have.
Yeah. So I think your fears of you getting check raised on lower binds is far more in your head than it actually is. That's what I'm trying to say. So if one of the reasons of you not betting is
No, I don't think it was ever that, because I understand that there are very limited bluffs as check raises at these buy-ins. I do. I understand that, and people play really face up. I think I was just taking a lot of the checking. I was just misapplying it.
Yeah.
When I saw like an interesting UTG big blind defend, purely I think it was that spot where you're checking a lot. Johnny probably attests this when we were looking, because this is the rare study opportunities they have is with Johnny, and I was like, wow, you are checking a lot of like top pairs even at that
don't
depth
do it.
from but
Don't do it.
yeah, don't do it. Yeah, just bet the fucking equity.
It my advice is to, like, if you have a full wizard whatever, try to study type of boards. For
Zero
example,
check
say
boards,
okay,
Johnny. Set
yeah,
it up.
zero
Set
check
up the
boards
drills.
or
Set up the drills. Come on, man.
yeah,
He's already doing it
and
for me.
try to see which are the zero checks boards, because I can see a lot of them you're checking. Like this Jack 10 with sixes you're checking, like 5 or below. Yeah, this one. Yeah, sixes. Two upper. Yeah, this one. What is the reason behind checking this one?
Let me make up an
You
excuse
you
for you.
don't need to check. Yeah, maybe if it's yeah, there is no reason of you checking. Question: do you know? Have you studied math equilibriums? How? You didn't check. Okay. My bad. I thought we fuck. I thought we have the checks only. Sorry, my bad.
Which
But yeah,
no, never mind.
jacks on 8-5 these one I'm going to bet. I know that there is a straight and there is like checking, but jacks are for sure need to
I
bet
think the
here.
idea where I'm getting that we're so deep that I don't have that many 6-7s, but they're gonna check
True,
raise you a whole shitload on these textures.
true.
So that's my thinking.
Yeah, but do it with aces and kings, not with jacks. And always bet like nines and tens here because they have
Because,
like
well, I understand nines
nines.
and tens need way more protection.
True,
Um,
exactly. Jacks also. I mean, you can make him fold king queen right now, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
On the
that's my
turn, I would
understanding.
use even bigger sizing also.
Kind of like how I did the pod on that two-tone board the other time. Yeah, because
Mm,
he's after he doesn't check, like, unless he's looking double check raise. It's I think I'm in the head of
yeah,
myself, because he might be trying to do a double check raise.
don't
Yeah,
don't like
don't do that.
no, just don't be afraid of it. It's gonna happen twice
Don't
in
be
a year.
afraid of the monsters under the bed. Zeus, what's up?
Is biggest dosa in your stream?
In mine,
Just asking. Yeah, because
uh,
he's trolling me with that expression exactly for the last a year or so.
the monsters
The
under the bed.
monsters and yeah.
Yeah, Kiwi uses that often.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen like the ace king 3 hands below. No, 1 hand below the jacks. Ace king of hearts on ace queen 5. This is a pattern that you're trying to, like, when you have a really strong hand, you try to just
Mm-hmm.
pretend that you don't. I know you did bet.
I did
I
bet.
would bet bigger here, by the way, without any backdoor
For
flush
sure.
blockers or flush blockers. I would bet bigger here.
I
But
think he's
yeah,
from the
might be
small
fine.
blind. Not that it matters.
I mean, he's gonna have more ace X, and that's good for you when you
Yeah,
have ace king at
yeah,
least.
yeah, yeah.
And you can bluff, for example, with a hand like, I think 8-9 is going to be your best bluff here for big size, because you can turn a 6, a 7, a 10, or a 9, or a jack for some kind of a
This is starting to
miracle
get me to
straight.
think. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
or
Like,
yeah,
what
kings.
turn cards are gonna create some cool stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, jack 10 also a good one because you're blocking ace jack and ace 10, which are going to be his primary bluff catchers if you go 3 streets.
Like if it was like a queen 10-5 flop, I usually go half or bigger as well.
Really on a queen 10-5, I would go big with a hand like
Yeah.
if you open king 7, which is a mandatory open in this situation. If you have king 7, I would go big size.
And not ace king though. You're not doing the same thing with the 2-over gutter.
I mean, the problem if you're getting raised against a big size, that's the people are under bluffing is going to amplify, and then you have a really good hand that if
Might
it
fold just because it's the pure gutter and
yeah.
2-overs and you're in
So
trouble.
I would be more polar here against unknown players. If I want to bet a big size, it's going to be aces, kings, ace, king, king, queen, fives, and my bluffs would be I don't know, like some kind of fucked up gut shot that I'm going to be folding on the flop, or like one over card or something. Like king 7, king 9 is going to be good. Just you don't care about them. If you get raised once in a blue moon, you just fold them and that's it. So yeah, that was I think this is gonna take you months, by the way, to just reapply all your mental state of things, and it's not easy. I think I hope it's easy for you, for me, and for like 90% of the people who I've watched. It's not easy. So yeah, can we remove the filter so we can take a look at some more
All of them.
stats? Uh, yeah, all of them. Yeah. If you can rewatch then the video, you can basically do it on your own and be creative.
Can you look at
Um,
can we look at the GG and see if you notice any off the rip glaring
yeah,
differences?
change the yeah, change it to hero and let's see. Nope,
No? Same
no,
same but
same
different.
same. I mean, look at the first majors. Race first in button 42% should be 50, even lower. Cutoff 31. UTG exactly the same percentage, 17, 18, same percent. Squeeze 9, 3-bet 9. Again, button 3-bet under 10%,
Oh
but
yeah.
you're re-stealing a lot. Again, it is the same.
Okay.
At least one man soul flop is a lot higher percent, which is good. You're playing more aggressive here, at least, seems like. You're winning at showdown 55%, which is a higher number. And your one is 49, which is 48.5. This one on the with the bolt on the bottom, but like 15,000 hands.
Not
uh,
enough.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I think it's not enough. Raise limpers the same on the right. 5 more. This is over limping and limping. Yeah, this one raise limpers is the same, basically from same position, under 15%. So there is no way of you drastically change your style. The betting position against Mississippi bet again 30, under 30%, 28. The float bet is the same, but at least you're not folding that much. In stars, you are folding 50%, and if you go 2 columns to the right, it's 35 here, which is good. Yeah, that one. Yeah, there is improvement for sure. And let me go to the Cbet flop situation.
See that flops success.
Yeah, 50. That's success, but yeah, Cbet flop is 60%, which is, I mean, should be a bit more, but yeah. We've never checked the fold to flop Cbet. 46%.
So
Okay,
I'm out of
46 is respectable.
so I'm out of
This
position and
is
they're c betting.
I mean, we can take a look at in and out of in position, out position, but I would like to see more the check raise. Can we try to find the check raise flop against the Cbet? Let's see if we can find a.
Is that do we need to add it?
Yeah, we need to add it. Can you go to? Can you scroll down? I think there is.
Check raise where what?
Yeah, the first one.
Check
The
raise
first one, check
flop.
raise flop. Yeah. And if should be, you should aim 15 plus, by the way. Oh, it's 18. Okay. I rest my case. That's why I'm winning a lot more. Can you turn to stars back, by the way?
That's
So
why I'm
let's see
winning
if
a
there is
lot,
a.
is because I'm check raising
Yeah.
flop.
Yeah, because you're winning 49 of the percent of the hands you saw the flop. And that maybe is going to show you like really how aggression wins in the long term in lower binds. If here your check raise, yeah, exactly. You see,
13.
you're check raising 13, which is a huge difference to 19, and you're winning 47% of the hands post flop. So basically, that proved that overall aggression is going to be your way. And the most important thing is that aggression is going to make you resistant to, like, if you do fancy check raises or fancy bluffs, it's not going to be that shocking if you get bluffed yourself and sometimes the guy gets there, right? Makes sense because you're always going to do it the same, but you're going to get lucky, right? Sometimes. If that makes sense.
I'm not that lucky.
Can we see if you're looking this side? I want to see your expression again.
Where? Which one?
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking. But yeah, there was a huge between the both sides, and you are playing far more aggressively against bets on the flop. At least when they're c-betting. When they're checking, you are betting less, which was interesting.
Do you ever look at this and derive anything
The
from
graph,
it? Yeah.
it's gonna take a while until it generates, but show player name, display, overlay, this year. Usually, if you see the both lives going to a different direction, yeah, obviously it's going to mean that the guy's waiting for, I don't know, like more comfortable spots to play a hand. But yeah, I rarely see someone having his red line over 0, and the reason is you are just on every orbit you just post 2.5 big blinds without concession.
Oh
And if you
yeah.
don't get hands, their hands, these are like, if you just fold, you're losing non-all-in because of this. So I'm not like super keen. In cash games is different.
Yeah.
If
I get
in
it.
cash games, when there is no ante, if you're losing, if your red line um is digging to the bottom, that means you're not aggressive at all.
Johnny
But
had an
here
interesting
it's
thing with when we were looking at the GG stats, that I probably had a number of those hypers which I don't play, or I wouldn't have any hyper tournaments on my stars stat pool. So I don't know if
yeah,
that
I
changes that at
mean,
all.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, you should try it all. It's actually, I was like, when I was starting, I was also against the hypers because I mean, I've never gambled in my life. I've never played blackjack
You're
or
best friends
slots or
with
whatever.
Greece, and you've never hit a jackpot or hit a slot machine, huh?
No. I've never played a slot
Yeah.
machine. Last slot machine I played was look at the question. Are you a red line warrior? I wish I would be. That was basically what tilted me for a long time, but I gave up because I understand better now. I would like to be a red line warrior. I really have a lot of respect to cash game players who are like red line winners. These are my idols. But yeah, I haven't achieved. So I think the last slot I played was when my father brought me to a hole when I was like 13 or something. That was my last slot. And at first, when I heard about hypers, I thought, okay,
This is
these
my
are
slot
like
machine.
the slots machines, yeah. And then, oh, this is different. Where is the zero? Ah, in the big blinds are zero. Okay, I can see it. There's way too many information about this one.
Look how trash I'm running. Absolute
Yeah,
trash.
you're running trash. I mean, yeah, you're running bad though.
The whole fucking year. Maybe the first like couple months I was okay, and then it's just
Shut up.
trash. Trash.
You shouldn't look this graph in money, by the way. It's wrong to look it in money. It should be in big blinds, but I don't know how to do it.
It says winnings in big blinds. Hands played.
Yeah, but there are money also somehow. I think the big
Uh,
blinds is the next column, but these are like too many lines. I've never went to medical school for cardiograms, so
Johnny, how do I fix this? Personal
I've never.
results.
I think we need the net count adjusted removed. If there is net count adjusted,
Is it gonna take the same amount of time?
this should be better, right? Yeah, this is the
There we
graph.
go.
Yeah.
So so what does a red line warrior mean? Like that you're gonna actually have this like flush? Like how is that even possible?
Let me see just a second, because Jedi Govna wants to send me a link. Yeah, yeah. He has overlay stats also removed. So on the left hand side, can you remove overlay stats? Yeah, there. Thank you, Yeri Govna.
Can we see Jay's graph? That'd be fucking awesome. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, you're not running good, but I mean, yeah. That shouldn't stop you, and you just don't focus on this shit because
No,
it's
I mean it's good.
mentally
It's
tough.
good to know, but that helps. I think the mentality because I know I'm not putting in enough volume,
Okay,
right? So
I'm gonna tell you the biggest tilt of my life when I oh shit Nightbot, what just
Nightbot just went
shit.
off.
Yeah,
Or
how can I untime Alden? Fuck, I don't know how. Shit,
oh, so Nightbot was triggered by just.
because he posted me a link with the graph.
Oh.
Can I post links and it timed out? Yeri Govna, please don't. Sorry about this. Hope it's not a problem. Fuck. I'm gonna take care of it. Shit. I need slusher. Do you know how to untime out
I don't know.
someone?
Can you click on their name?
Ah, untime out. Okay, there is
Yeah.
untime out. Okay, should be good. Yeri Govna should be good. Yeri Govna is the best. I mean, I'm gonna tell the joke. The biggest tilts of my followed. Nice. The biggest tilt of my life when I was thinking that I was running good and I wasn't, and then I started to blame myself that I'm playing bad. It's a spiral. I mean, everyone is different. Yeah. What if you run good and you're still not winning? Imagine that one. That's gonna be hard to handle for me.
Yeah, yeah. So this is good news for me then.
It is good
I'm
news.
still 11 big
No, no.
blinds. I'm still
Yeah,
11 big blinds and I'm running like trash. Imagine a world.
yeah. If you're 11 big blinds and you're winning money in a long term, you should just start from taking a look at your late game play, like
So the
final
takeaway from
phases,
this,
semi.
so I'm actually performing well late game. Is that
Mm,
kind of
are you
high
winning money
level?
a lot? Are
Uh,
you winning money a lot?
I mean, I get. I don't know. Am I? I guess. No.
You can check this also, by the way, via variance calculator.
Oh yeah, okay, like actual physical money.
Yeah, actual physical money. Yeah. I mean,
um,
it is. I've never who is winning, but okay, leave the answer to yourself. You're gonna make the assumption. If you're playing 11 BB per 100 and you're not winning money, you should go and take a look at your late phase
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
If you're not winning chips, then you need to start with the
Early game.
basics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what are some things that you would look at to isolate late game? Is there anything in the stats? Because that's as a whole game.
No. No. Late game is not a stats game. Just it's not, because basically sometimes you can be. I mean, I can predict that a certain type of player always going to be short stack at the end of the tournament, but I don't think it applies to you. At least not at these stakes.
Good work. Good work, TryTime. Even though we're
Uh,
shit at the game, we're not going to get to the
yeah,
final table often as a short stack. It's good to hear.
late stake is totally different. Late game is totally different. You need to play like, I don't know, 60% of the times sometimes, and 12% of the times
I was getting
sometimes.
actually roasted. My last stream, I had a final table on the $8 bounty supers, whatever, and holy fuck, I didn't adapt well to the Yahoos on the table. Yahoo chat or YouTube chat was just grilling me. They were just going off.
Sadly, this is more like you can still check some simulations about pre-flop and even post-flop these days for late game. But I think still the quickest way to improve is to talk about it with better players slash coaching, because it's like every situation is totally different. You don't have patterns. That's why usually the aggressive players are making more money, because they are not feared to put their money on the line even in late phase or something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, do you know Lavinia Portea, by the way? Does this Nick ring a bell
The
to you?
name does not.
Doesn't?
No.
It is a. Turns out I've asked a lot of Brazilians. It is a Brazilian girl, which I think she's playing on her own. Her statistics are she's playing like, no, it's a girl, by the way, Yerigo. I asked several Brazilians. Yeah, I asked several Brazilians. They said it's a girl. She's playing like 35 to 40% of the times, like VPIP 40, raise about 30, C-bets flops like 90 plus percent of the times. Wins the shit out of like low and mid stake. It's not gonna be often, but when she gets there with a big stack, she's gonna cruise against people who are like tight or over tight. I mean, she's gonna struggle to. Yeah, exactly. So Yeregovna says in his tracker she's 34-28 with 17 3-bet. To spew exactly, but
That's awesome.
still makes money.
I always make fun of people that have a near 20% three
Yeah,
bets.
yeah. She's still making money, I guess. I mean, she's gonna meet the wall against like better players at mid stakes, but in micros, although she's gonna spew a lot, from my point of view as a like theory, more or less theory based player, but it's going to still work. So I guess some kind of a in the middle situation is going to be everyone's target in low binds. And especially live, for example. Live is the best. If you're planning to play live
I am
soon.
so scared to play live. I'd never want to do that ever again. I was actually
Why
supposed
is
to be.
that?
I had a 1K ticket to Vegas this week, and I didn't go.
Oh shit. I mean,
Just
live there are
disappointed.
like people are finding different reasons to just fold. Oh, I've played like 7 hours. I don't want to bust out with this hand. This is the like
That's a huge factor.
classic.
I mean, you're playing live. You're playing. You have the you just re-reg something else, but you're sitting there. No
Yeah,
one
yeah,
wants to
yeah, yeah.
call for sure.
Especially the WSOP lines. Every fucking day on Saturday or Friday, someone says take a look at the line, I fold. It's insane. I'm not gonna wait again and fold.
Yeah.
Or for example, people who traveled away only for one tournament, most of them are going to be, oh shit, Plano, thank you, sir. Most of them are going to be just, I don't want to get on my car way back to travel 500 kilometers or whatever. Right?
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, also that. I mean, I didn't want to go to Vegas for 4 days to potentially bust out in an hour. So that was.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
can't
it's the
control myself.
same pattern. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
well.
you, sir, for the sub. Insane. No delays. I'm on TV. Hi, mom. Yeah.
This is your chance. Anybody, no delay. Come on.
Oh, I'm
Say
playing no
something.
delay. It's fun with a beer. It is fun.
I was considering doing like some $3 battle royale no delay stuff. I do some
Yeah,
streams
just.
on YouTube when I just play off the phone. You should look
Mhm.
to. You should look to do that. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I'm gonna try. I've made some. I'm gonna make some changes in the design, and I'm gonna put the 3 streams on like normal, and vertical. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try it.
yeah. So I'm streaming right now. Well, not now, but every other stream I dual stream
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Kick, YouTube, Vert, YouTube horizontal, and
yeah.
Kick. Did I already say that? Yeah. But
It is great.
the way I got all the subs, I got like 2.5K subs in like a month and a half. I just streamed from mobile Vert.
Hmm.
Like I was like just one tabling like a battle
Yeah.
royale game. So
And
yeah, I think to just bump up, get your numbers flowing, look into just doing that straight off the bat.
yeah, I'm gonna try. I usually don't do this like for viewers and shit because like I don't know, old guy that doesn't speak English that much.
But you're not on
I
camera
don't
like
care.
this. Like the way I did it, I was like just doing it from my phone, right? Because you can just
Yeah.
screen capture or stream record your screen, and that's all I was doing.
No, no, I'm gonna make it normal. I'm even gonna preview the thing that I did.
Sure, but
Uh,
just to like bump up, like to get
the numbers flowing. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Uh,
If that was something that was ever your goal, that's the way to do it.
no, no, no,
Because I
no,
don't
no.
get any. I mean, I get like five or maybe
Mm.
5 subs on a normal stream. It's like I don't understand because I don't want to go and watch somebody's just screen with nothing. Like all it is just the sounds of the game, and you're watching someone one table a $3 battle royale, and you're just getting YouTube
Seth
subs.
Poker is doing it well, right? Do you know who Seth Poker is?
Seth, no,
The guy who makes the memes about poker, the shorts.
no, I
Not
don't.
the Greco-Wing guy, the other guy. Do you know him?
No,
I mean, there is a guy who, I mean, it's kind of funny. He makes sketches about poker. He's now playing one table, whatever, 1,000 people watching.
that's the dream right
Oh,
there.
fuck.
Right by a
Yeah.
pool villa, one table, YouTube ad revenue.
I mean, no. Oof, it's totally different. We don't have ads here, by
You
the way.
can't. So
We just
In
don't.
Vietnam, there are none. So
Yeah,
for anyone that
exactly.
wants to use a VPN and escape ads, just use a Vietnam VPN.
Vietnam VPN. Yeah.
That's what I noticed
Ve-
because when I was
yeah,
over there, I was like, "This is really weird," which is cool, I guess.
Bezos is not flying from Bulgarian money, whatever to go. I don't care. I think the ad revenue of full 200 hours streaming on Twitch was $2 for a month here. So I don't care.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's weird how they fluctuate in
I
prices. It's
used,
almost like $9 a month now for Twitch subs. Crazy.
yeah. I think they made it €6, right, or something, which is, and the difference is in my country, you don't have problem with commercials. You just don't. So if you really don't like the guy, or you especially want to support it, there is no other reason to do this. So the main financial thing about me streaming is if someone appreciates me enough as a coach, and that's going to be the revenue of it. But I'm doing it because I think I play better when I'm on stream. I actually find less things to be not focused about. Like, no, it's the other way around. I'm more concentrated when I'm streaming compared to when I'm not, because I always find excuses to open something on the side to listen to, I don't know, watch a stream or whatever while playing 10 tables, which is not healthy. So that's why I started to stream more.
Huh.
It's a mental
I
crutch,
don't
but
know
I'm
if
using
I've
it.
I don't know if I've ever heard that from anybody.
Yeah, I know. Do I look like a normal guy?
I don't know.
I used a Vietnam VPN once, and I started hearing voices from my houseplants.
That's creepy. You could just go to
I don't know.
Vietnam for the cost of buying a VPN instead.
I mean, going to Vietnam's not gonna be the cost of VPN, but
It's
staying
pretty
there would be.
close. It's pretty close.
And now from here is, I think it's like $1,000 even more.
Yeah, it's about, that's the going rate. There's a guy that's walking there right now. I really want to give this guy some props. He's walking from the UK to Vietnam.
Really?
Yeah, you should look him up.
Oh, he should come by here first, because I don't think he's going through Russia or Ukraine right now.
That's his name.
Should be Treka. Oh shit.
He changed his route midway through. But he's
Mm.
trying to get out. He's trying to get out of the European Union right now because of Brexit or whatever. So he needs to average 40 kilometers for the next like 40 days to get out.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he's paid well
I think
about
he's
it.
gearing up on some sponsorships and whatnot. I think I
Yeah.
just saw that he's trying to get support for a support vehicle to like trail him, kind of like our
From Canada
infamous,
to
our
Argentina by then.
infamous, what's his name, the guy with the one leg, Terry Fox.
I don't know. Yeah, don't know.
You don't know Terry Fox?
Nope.
I thought that was like Michael Jordan. He
No,
ran
no, I'm
across
watching
Canada.
full. No, no, no. I'm watching full racing, sim racing, NFL, and poker. That's it.
So you're like the Grease of I've never watched a movie in my life. You have three things.
I was watching a lot of movies, but since Marvel is basically a monopoly right now, I stopped watching. It is like, I know. Have you played professionally, by the way, rugby?
Oh no.
I don't know your story.
My story. No, I just loved playing rugby, so I just was doing club rugby, just whatever. I've gone on a couple tours, but it's nothing. It's you pay your own way to go on and travel the world
Yeah.
and
Oh shit.
different countries, but I'm actually
Rugby.
signed up to play in a tour in Spain in May 1st. So we're playing a couple
Mhm.
teams in Spain.
Rugby at this
Yeah.
age?
Yeah.
You're a brave guy.
Well, it's probably a really bad idea considering what's happening to me right now with this sciatica thing.
Yeah.
But
I
we'll
mean,
see. Who cares?
they might crack you in the right way, like some
That's what
back
happened.
adjustment.
I did break my nose once, and then I got hit on the other side, and it made it straight again. So you're not wrong.
Oh, shit.
That is a real thing.
I I've watched a bit. I don't know if I'm really good with the rules, but this is the only sport that actually the medics are going into the field like in a war. Mind
Like
blowing
Saving
to me.
Private Ryan. What in
Exactly. I mean,
rugby?
they
Like
have
rugby?
like,
You're saying?
yeah,
Yeah, they do. They
it's
have
true,
had
right?
that. Yeah, they have had a few spots. There was one time, I think it was a USA rugby game. The guy jumped over where the trainer was tending to an injured player, and he jumped over them because they were near the try line and scored. Yeah, they don't blow it. They
the
don't blow it up. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they do, but it's
yeah.
weird. It is weird.
If there is no like eye laying on the field, no problem, man.
Gout, sciatica, all the handicaps. Yeah. Well, I'm coming out of retirement. Worst case scenario, I'm out drinking with the boys for 10 days in Spain. So, like,
In Spain, yeah. I mean, I hope you like wine then, because
where is it?
otherwise you're fucked.
Magla?
Malaga.
Malaga. Yeah, that's where I'm flying.
Yeah, Magla.
I was in
Uh,
I was on the beach. Where was I? It's like a nude beach we went to because had a rugby tour in France in 2013, and then we went to what's a France Spain border beach town.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know the western part of France, by the way. Like, as far as I know, fucking Atlantic Ocean is cold as shit, so they don't go to beach there, right?
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I went to Morocco, as I told you on the previous stream. Even in a desert, the ocean was like 12 degrees or something throughout the year, so it was good for surfing, but no beaches, basically.
No bitches.
That also, me and my friends spent like, it was really funny. Me and my friends spent like 3 weeks before we actually noticed a local woman that makes sense to us as a beautiful lady. And the local said, no, shit, she's too skinny. It's not gonna happen.
Jeez. The audacity.
Yeah. Yep. Too
All
skinny.
right. So my takeaways from bet more. That's the takeaway.
Yeah, you should increase aggression everywhere, which obviously is going to put you in tough spots that you're not used to so far. But that should be in a long term. And the problem is, if by chance you get another player that understands theory, it shouldn't be out to apply it as a strategy. For basically, when I told you in position, when they check, you bet really often instead of them c betting, you bet really often. If a guy checks a lot of strong hands and you're gonna face check raise, you're gonna have problems. But the numbers are showing that the unknown players, you can exploit them like this, and you're doing it with the check raise flop stats that's bringing success to you, and with the other one, they checked in position in from the big blind, you're betting the shit out of the situation.
Yeah, that's where
Winning.
I derived when that's what you asked, like what happens when you check the flop, what happens to the other player. You said that they
Yeah.
just want to see the run out, but in my experience, that's why I'm check raising a lot, is because they do bet at the highest frequency when I'm checking.
True. But yeah, obviously it's not like black and white shit.
It's almost
But the
black and white on
tendencies.
PokerStars $5 Pacific Rim.
I hope you can get into the Ontario games. That this seems to be the best.
I was in Ontario for a minute, and it's just the number of games and the time of day that I want to play.
I know.
I didn't give it a full shot. I was only there for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I watched Patrick there.
Yeah, he's absolutely crushing.
Yeah, the $500 tournaments looked like $12 to me, skill wise.
Yeah.
I just spent like 2 hours watching once, and it's like
It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's a couple of YouTube Ontario streamers, and I'm like, wow, that's fucked up. These guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm way too stuck from Vegas. Like 3 out of 3 times I went as bad as possibly could do. I was there for more than a month 3 times. But that's kind of my goal, because like it is mind blowing how North America is so worse in poker than Europe.
So how come you're not
Even
playing
regular.
ACR? How come I don't see you playing any ACR?
It's late because I'm starting. I mean, might be a bad idea, might be making a mistake, but the problem is that the tournaments are finishing really late. So right now my time is 9 in the evening.
Yeah, Asia time, they're terrible. When do
Yeah,
you want to play?
exactly.
When do you want to play?
I'm doing a lot more time lately, but usually I'm gonna try Eastern time. So Eastern time, I'm starting at 8 in the morning Eastern time,
Yeah, that's
and
peak.
I'm
That's
going for
peak.
like
That's
13,
peak time. Yeah.
yeah, 13, 14 hours. Sunday for sure, 13, 14 hours. I don't know if it's healthy, but AI is gonna kill us in 2 years, so I don't
I did
fucking care.
500 hours in the month of February. So,
You told me it's insane.
and that's probably why I'm the way I am right now. So maybe it does kill you.
Yeah,
Watching Getting
most
So's really
probably.
shows off the Ontario high stakes field. Yeah, that's another guy, Getting So's and Patrick.
No, no, no. I don't want to tilt anymore. I mean, I had enough of this in Vegas. Like you're watching people throwing money out of the window, cannot even take it. It's
So how come
absurd.
is that something on the radar for you to
Oh
move or
yeah.
travel to somewhere like
Uh
this?
this is my only radar to go to the because I don't play cash games. But yeah, WSOP after being there 3 times is a target of mine.
Oh, you
So
want to go
if I
back to
can
the
go
World
there,
Series? Oh, I'm just saying
yeah,
like
yeah.
Ontario. Would you ever
No, 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 no,
really?
no.
Why not?
Here is way better at this moment because of the no tax situation that we have, and the standard of living is a lot lower.
So where are you right now? Morocco, you said. No,
No, Varna,
Macedonia.
Bulgaria.
So you're,
No, no,
why
no,
do you have the
Bulgaria.
Macedonian flag?
I mean,
Long story.
way too many questions. You you need to ask yourself why like half of the European countries are not represented on GG.
Yeah, well,
And
that's Austria. Everyone's Austrian, right?
everyone's Austrian or everyone's Polish or yeah, it used to be Malta. If you like 2 years ago, you would say like there is way too many Malta guys. Like Malta should be a 300 million population according to poker, but it's not.
Malta
Yeah,
is slot streamers, not poker players.
yeah, it was because of the tax situation there because it's different.
Are you
But yeah,
are you firing up games?
no, no, no. I'm Friday. I think is gonna be my next stream. Friday, Sunday. I'm gonna take this day off. Tomorrow we have. I'm gonna meet some guys, watching some games with a round ball.
Gamble? You're gonna gamble?
No, 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 no
Come
way.
on,
I'm
man.
gambling. No, no gambling. I mean, I used to bet small stakes, and I found out that I fucked up the sports. The sports for me. I was not watching for the fun of it. I was watching to see who's gonna win, and didn't like it. And stopped.
That's part of the fun for me. I'm betting dollar parlays on Edmonton Oiler hockey games, and it makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was betting the same, but I still wanted to be maximum efficient at betting and not having the fun because I was trying to do this like first before poker. That was one of the ideas. Can I do this for a living? So I tried
The
for a
sports betting?
year. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, there are people that
For
are
sure.
doing it. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the
But
people that are going to tennis matches and then betting on the points before it's entered into the system, into the betting app? So
oh
they're
shit.
so you understand how that one works? Yeah.
I've heard some stories. I live in Eastern Europe. You're not gonna surprise me that much. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Let's say a guy from a team in a football game, real football. I like more NFL, but it's not football. Cut the shit.
Gridiron.
Not football. Gridiron, yeah, or I don't know, melon ball, whatever.
Melon ball.
The guy from the team scored a goal in the 19th minute, and both of the teams fell down like there was a lightning. Both of the team players, like both teams, just because it shouldn't happen. And then this guy didn't even the locker room. He gets like this is first league football, by the way, in my country. Gets through the fences and goes the other there. So yeah, you're not gonna surprise me that much.
Why did they
But
all
like,
fall down?
because the score was 2-2 at the 90th minute, and he
Yeah.
scored a volley out of nowhere, no expected, and it should have been 2-2, and it wasn't.
Why? Because all the players had money on a draw or something?
The owners, the players, everyone on a on an exact score 2-2.
Oh, so they did just call it a draw because the two teams couldn't finish the game or something?
No. So there was a bet. We all knew that there was a bet. Like even we as people, we knew that there was a bet on the game
Okay.
for 2-2. The score was 90th minutes 2-2, and the guy just scored a goal out of nowhere from like 40 meters or something. Really good one.
He did like a David Beckham. Okay.
Exactly, and he fucked up the score for everyone, so he couldn't go back to the locker room because he knew what's gonna happen there. Something not good.
Pecky's from Slovenia and he's asking, how do you like living in Bulgaria?
I I think is the best country in in European Union to live if you have money.
He's my immigration officer. He's big into the
I would.
immigration game.
I mean, okay, Ben CB is living in Bulgaria, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and not only him. There are in my city there are two German streamers. Who is from Slovenia? Says Yedi Govna.
Peculiar Invictus.
Peculiar Invictus. He is also from Slovenia. Yeah. So there are two German streamers who one of them is averaging like 150 poker, 150 people on YouTube, on Twitch. He moved in this year in my city. Great guy, by the way. Also,
Could TryTime ever what's the cost of living there? Can I get a flat for like $15 a day?
no, not Asian. No.
It's not
I
Southeast Asia
think
pricing.
no. But people are doing it because the culture is like more close to let's say it's like 90% close to what they used to have. But yeah, it's warmer than some of the countries. It's a beautiful country for sure. But politically we're fucked, and maybe
Yeah, but
that's
who
the
isn't?
best of it.
Who isn't? You heard?
Oh no.
Did you hear that Donald Trump called Justin Trudeau, who's our prime minister, governor of the U.S. state of Canada? Something
I
like
mean,
that.
he's not a king, right? He's practically right.
Governor.
But okay,
Governor
I'm
Trudeau.
gonna give you other example. Don't have we don't have a stable parliament for 4 years now. We're in seven consecutive elections with no stable result. And I'm not gonna even
Like, who's not
mention
going through this? Like, the liberals are getting filed a non
we don't have liberals. We have 40 parties on every election.
40.
Yeah, because everyone wants to get into the parliament, and yeah, let's steal for 4 years what we can steal and call it a day, and that's it. And that's why it's kind of interesting to live here, because we don't have money, but every restaurant is full. It's a paradox. We don't have, but we have, and it's kind of interesting. But I mean, I don't know. It's different.
Hmm.
You should love it and hate it at the same time, because yeah.
Maybe I'll take a drive by, but I'll probably just come back to Canada end of May. Liberals in
Liberals,
Bulgaria.
they must be hiding behind the literal legal. We are racist as fuck here in my country, and sexist. It's basically what I've grown to, like close to Russians, if that makes sense. It's I'm not proud of it, but basically it is a thing here a lot. It's just because we've never. There was a guy who lives in Cambodia in my stream, and he asked, "What is the Chinatown in your city?" And I'm like, "What are you even talking about?"
You don't have a
No,
Chinatown?
what
Where do you get your
we made
Chinese food from?
Bulgarians. Yeah, we
Bulgarians
don't
make
have.
Chinese food? It's fucked up.
eh, I mean, it's not that easy. You don't need to have a high hygiene standard, so it's fine.
Yeah, just use gutter
But
oil and fry anything and it's Chinese food.
exactly, we may be racist and sexist, but at least we are stupid. Exactly. No, the problem is we don't have that many like money in general, so people are. It's not a target for people to come here. Like there is no immigration. There is like maybe people who have money and want to spend it like Vietnam type of thing,
So
but it's
Pecky
not
was
mass.
dealing with a bunch of, when we first met, he was doing a lot of the Syrian stuff. But I guess, Pecky, you should just funnel everybody into Bulgaria. Looks like they got a lot of space.
We have a lot of space, but we are not welcoming that many people. Like,
We
I
don't have a
okay. I
Chinatown also in the whole of Slovenia. We have restaurants or shops though. Huh, okay.
Bulgaria is one of the best countries in the world to live if you have money. Exactly. Yeah, exactly what I said. Really, it is. I'm gonna tell you again the story. That's what we are. We had a guy who made the final table of the WSOP main event this year. He's gonna be really great. He's gonna crush high stakes as fuck. Really cool guy. I met him in Vegas 2 years ago. I mean, so they finished last hands. So I think when they go from 9 to 8, there is a unofficial to official final table, right?
Yeah.
And Yerigovna, thank you for coming by, sir. So after that, the organizers, they gave him 10 blue bracelets, and they said, you give these 10 bracelets to your friends so they can come to the main event stage and they're gonna be your support.
It's all right.
2 days later, 50 people there. Our our fucking boys bought the same fucking blue bracelets from Amazon. Everyone could go, and I can't. I came back to my country and there was one. There was like too many Bulgarians in the rail. What was that? That was everything here is shade, and that's the fun of it.
They get free drinks out of it. I was like, what was
No, but it was basically for because there is not much space. If you saw the final table, it wasn't that big, right? It was like I don't know. There was not much space there. So basically, they wanted to limit everyone to have 10 people as a support, as a group. We had 50, and I don't know what the others had. I don't care. Some same foods as Slovenia needs to find out way into my mouth and have to figure out how to make it happen. Yeah.
Boris Angelov, Young Crusher, also was on EPTFT.
Yeah. He won the mystery bounty 10K Boris. Yeah. He's going to be one of the best. Mark my words. It doesn't matter that they made this one. I've played with him online.
So how come you can't be the best?
I'm old and I have my mental problems playing, and I don't know. Maybe I didn't got lucky enough. Maybe I got too lucky. I don't know. But I'm trying to do it because what I can see in high stakes, people are making way too many mistakes. So let's see. We'll see.
Right on.
I'm maybe way too conservative with like bankroll management and shit. So people who are gambling a lot in this.
I think that's rule number one. What would you say is the percentage of poker players that eventually just can't do it anymore? It's probably quite
I
high.
think it's a really, I think it's a really huge percent. But on podcast, you're gonna hear only these that already succeeded,
Yeah,
right?
just the success stories, of course.
So I mean, I would say I think from what I've seen in stats, only 10% of people who are playing regularly or whatever are break even and better. And the real winners are not more than 3% in a average environment. Like,
So
for
you
example,
just
10 ABI, 20 ABI or something.
so you
So
just have to
yeah.
be willing to live in makeup for the rest of your life, or most of it.
I mean, I hope not. I hope not. But happens, yeah. Oh, what was the? I've heard some fun things that someone wins like 10 million. He needs to give 10 more back as a makeup.
What is that, Jamie Gold?
No, 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 no. I think from like this is last year.
Really? That what's his
Yeah,
name? Really?
I don't know, like the American high stakes players. Someone spewed out that, like, for example, Dur is
I
like
think I
on
heard that
15
one.
or 30 million makeup. Yeah, I don't want to be in that kind of thing ever. But I guess for them it's just numbers and it is what it is. Okay, sir, I'm gonna um let you go. It was fun. It was fucking fun. Hope you got some your takeaways. It's like the target is clear. I don't say it's going to be easy, but you should try to even learn how to monitor the changes so you can understand what is working for you or not.
Yeah, looking at this
And
as pretty Chinesey.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, okay, try to look at the video, or if you get it as a VOD, get it, just save it somewhere. And when you put it like in 3 months or in 6 months, try to take a look. What's the difference? Is it working? You're gonna see. Maybe sometimes money can tell you if it's working or. But yeah,
yeah,
I hope it was useful. It was
yeah,
fun.
for sure, for sure. No, it opens my eyes a little bit and motivates a little bit. I've got some good people around so that are really wanting to get better and learn the nuances of the game.
Mm.
So, uh,
Yeah, working on your own on this, I think, is the hardest. That's why you have a lot of these like teams, groups, study groups, because it is a fucking. I mean,
and you got five
you're
Brazilians
becoming.
playing one hand.
Um.
Brazilian Discord groups
ye-
playing one
oh,
hand.
I think it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
This thing. Actually, I think it happens everywhere. And no, in all seriousness, I think that's one of the problems that people are trying to get some kind of a social in poker, which is highly unsocial. If you need to play it efficiently, it's super unsocial.
Mm-hmm.
For example, even if you have, like, for now, if you have a study group of 20 people, some of them are going to improve to the point that they weren't gonna have any being with the others who are slacking.
It's not like a
And
herd of
it's
elephants. They won't carry you around.
exactly. And yeah, this is a natural thing. So you try to be from these guys. That's what it should be. But is it going to happen? I don't know. I've been left behind several times in a
Aww.
study
Genny needs
in
a
study
hug,
groups like this.
guys. He needs a hug.
And at that time, I needed, yeah. And now I'm cursing at myself for putting me in this position. Uh, the the example was I was close with some young guys, but I think it was 2012. We were playing similar stakes cash games, like $1, something like this, and 100, and they start looking for coachings and ways to study. And I was playing sim racing games. I got my money for the month. I was really happy with them, and I got left behind. So
where are they now? Do you know them?
they both crypto when it was $2,000.
Ah, shit. Well, I got in at 137,000 Canadian, so hopefully it only goes to the moon.
Yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Well, no, this is like a month and a half ago, but yeah, it's just hovering there right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
I
2030,
mean,
they say it's going to be like 30 million. So get in now.
if I don't know. I don't have money. It's makeup.
That's right. Who does?
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here
Okay.
then. Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome session.
I'm going to look what you're doing. So careful. If there is no Cbet on,
there's a lot of pressure. That's the only thing I need to be thinking about now. Basically,
I know.
I'm supposed to be c-betting 80%. Don't be surprised if it's 100 for the next 3 months.
It's going to work better than
Well,
60.
I mean, how the hell do I get it up to 80% if it's not 100% every hand for the next 3 months, right?
And you just look from this date on.
Yeah.
And yeah, stop over limping. Just stop.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you.
See you. Ciao, ciao.
All right, guys. That was all right. I've now sat down for it's like 2 hours and I already feel my leg not working, so I'll shut it down here. I'm not sure what's gonna happen for might have a nap or whatever. Is there what's it's Wednesday? There's no hockey game, no distractions, so maybe a night stream. So yeah, you missed everything. Yeah, it is nothing too much. It's just poker talk. All right, that's it. We'll see you when we see you. One more stream before you leave. Oh, for sure. Yeah. At least one or two. Yeah. Bomb Chan's coming over Saturday.